After I got out of bed, well, starting where it starts. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Cemetery Mary for Ookie Spooky Speak season. Was he always transparent like that? I don't think he was, but my brain's not the goodest. After I got out of bed, after I got out of bed, After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Croven's gone, and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? I haven't gone to the cafe yet. I decided to go to the new cafe that opened up. Planet Dollars is a popular coffee chain. Planet Dollars doesn't sound very coffee. We've never had one in this town. Well, until now, that is. I've always wanted to go to one, just to try it, you know? Although, I don't actually like coffee. Still, I could at least see what they had, right? When I go to the cafe, it was already packed. I thought since it had been around a few weeks, some of the hype surrounding it would have died down. Oh, alright, sipping the apple cider. I'm gonna clear my mind, clear my throat. Focus. This is a reading game that requires reading skills. Brain. Look, man, reading is hard. Despite majoring in history and all my things involved a lot of reading and writing, you think I'd know how to read? I thought since it had already been around a few weeks, some of the hype surrounding it would have died down. But I guess not, seeing as how noisy and crowded it was. Still, at least it was something different from usual. As I said, I'm not particularly fond of coffee, and since I had a late breakfast anyways, I decided to treat myself with a muffin. Hell yeah, a chocolate muffin. Hell yeah, because sweet foods are the best. However, I found myself in a bit of a pinch when I tried to look for some place to sit down. It seemed as though everyone's seats were already taken, and I really didn't want to walk and eat at the same time. Luckily though, I was able to find an empty seat. Oh. Ooh. I like goat head. Is it goat head? A girl around my age with the most spectacular eyebrows was diligently working on her laptop with an empty seat across from her. I figured she must be writing an essay for college or something. Coffee shops are popular with people in college, or so I hear. Seeing as this was the only seat left, I asked her, "Excuse me, may I sit here?" She didn't verbally answer me. Rather, she glanced over at me, rolled her eyes, and nodded to the empty chair. I tried to look apologetic as I sat. "Thank you." "What are you working on?" Let's not be rude. I don't want to... stay quiet. Because, like, I don't want to be rude and interrupt her if she's here to work, you know? Can I help with anything? What a crazy offer that is. I feel like we'd be an a-hole. Just eat the muffin and go, dog. I'll ask. Not now. I'm fine. You have the most spectacular eyebrows. Thanks. So, you're interested in what I'm doing here? Well, yeah, I guess. You seem to be very focused after all. As focused as I can be. What's your name? Me? I'm Mary. Oh, Lord help me. Twyla? I'm gonna go with Twyla. Nice to meet you. Anyways, I'm working on a report. A report? Like, for school? No. Have you noticed something odd going on in this town recently? Something odd? I'm not surprised if you haven't heard about it. It's like the police are trying to dull suspicions. Or just arrest potential suspects so everyone can feel safe. Oh, are you talking about the killing rumors? The Blackwood Butcher, right? don't say it so loud. But, yes. How did you know? Oh, well, I've been hearing the rumors for a while now. And actually, my aunt and uncle died pretty recently. They were, killed. Really? Huh. That's actually pretty... How did they die? Oh, I didn't know. No one really told me, but the circumstances were strange. They didn't die naturally. There was definitely someone else involved. At least, that's what I've been told. Huh. Interesting. You know, maybe you can help me with this report. And, some other stuff. Oh, I can? Yeah. If you're okay with that, of course. Oh, yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, having a killer around is bad, so if I can help, like, raise awareness or something? I mean, like, yes. I'd like to help you. Thanks. This will really put me ahead. I have to go, actually. I'm running late for something. Here, give me your phone number. I'm not entirely sure I'll need your help, but I'd rather have a way to contact you, just in case. Oh, yeah, of course. Twyla and I exchanged phone numbers. After she packed up her laptop and was picked up by a car outside. Come to think of it, I didn't actually see her drink any coffee or any food, I guess maybe she finished before I got there. I don't know why she would choose such a noisy place to work, though. After spending my day looking in some nearby stores, I went home pretty tired. I ate leftovers for dinner and yawned more than once as she got changed into pajamas. I plopped myself into my bed, pulled out my phone, ready to continue the nightly conversation. You're there, right? Of course I am. I don't know why I keep contacting you. I guess I'm just afraid if I don't, you'll disappear or something. It's unlikely. I know you won't tell me where my parents are, but can you at least tell me why you took them? No. Why not? I don't know who could be seeing these messages. I'm not showing them to anyone. Are you worried about being treated? I'm not showing them to anyone. You expect me to trust that? You expect me to trust you? Fair point. I really don't see how this works. How am I supposed to trust you aren't someone dangerous if you don't give me any information to go off of? Especially when I haven't even heard from my parents. Goodbye, Mary. Sleep well. So wait, the aunt and uncle were officially killed? I thought they were missing. Or maybe my brain's pooty. I don't know. I felt sick that night, as I tried to go to sleep. I tossed and turned so many times, and yet I was still too tired to get up and try. And yet I was still too tired to get up and try doing something else. I don't remember when, but eventually I was able to fall asleep. I didn't sleep very well, though. I'm not going back out there. You saw how they were looking at me? I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe it's better if I don't anymore. Was that like cheer practice going wrong? What was that? You saw how they were looking at me. Better if I don't anymore. Pondersome. Apple cider. Okay. Woke up late. Must have been pretty tired after the last few days. I dropped myself out of bed and followed my normal morning routine. I changed my favorite outfit, had breakfast, etc. And of course, Croven was once again nowhere to be seen. However, when I checked my phone that morning, I realized he had sent me a message. To my surprise, there were, There are other messages there as well from my new friends. Who should I read first? Aha! Who are you? 3 new messages. Twyla, Croven, and Reginald. Good morning, Miss Mary. Hey, Mary, I'm sorry I know. Mary, it's Twyla if you're... Oh, God. Save. Just, it makes me feel better. I think Twyla, because she might give us a mission. I'm suspect of Reginald, and though Croven, his apology is appreciated, this I feel will lead to more avenues for us. Mary, it's Twyla. If you're still interested in helping me, I'll be at the library around noon today. It should be quieter there. There's some books I want to pick up for research purposes. Meet me there if you can, but if not, I'll just call you up another time. Oh, we can read more than one, thank God. Okay. Hey Mary, I'm sorry. I know I've been acting pretty nasty to you lately. I hope you know I don't mean it. Have you been to the Planet Dollar yet? I'll be heading there for lunch today, maybe 12:30. You should come and have lunch with me, my treat. And then I can, like, formally apologize or whatever. Eee, we got options today. Good morning, Miss Mary Anta. I hope you're doing well today. You had asked about the book the other day, correct? Or right? Brain autofills. Brain autofills are weird. So I would say correct more than I would say right. Because I'm bad with left and right, so I usually... There's a period where I would try to reserve the word right for directions and correct for affirmations. Though I goof that up every once in a while. And as you could probably tell, I don't speak very good. So the word right is a lot harder to say than correct. Correct rolls off better, so I'll say correct more often than I will say right. At least if you talk to me in person. I actually finished it quicker than I expected to. I'd really love to give it to you, but I won't be at the library today. I'm actually going to be at the cemetery. You like the place though, right? You should come by and see me. Then I can pass the book over to you. I'll be there a quarter after noon or so. Ah, bitch. Maybe after we can grab lunch or something? Oh, I hope that doesn't come off weird. I like some company for my lunch break. Call me back. Interesting. So, we can go to the library for Twyla, the bakery, or the bar stocks for Croven. Apology, business, flirtin'. Was messaged by each of them. However, I think I'll only have time to meet with one of them today. Where should I go today then? Man! I don't trust Reginald. I really don't. I fully do not trust Reginald. So Twyla and Croven. Business or family? Business o family. Let's go with Croven. Just, we want him to have our back. We go to a cabin alone and spend a lot of time alone here. I think having someone on the inside with our back would be helpful. It was a tough choice, but I had to choose one of them. I told the others I had plans and I'd have to meet with them some other time. Then, when noon rolled around, I headed to my destination. I spotted Croven pretty quickly. Dressing the way we do, it wasn't that hard. I'd recognize those red and black striped sleeves from a mile away. When Croven saw me, he gave me a hug. And it made me realize how long it had been since he last hugged me. His arms felt relaxed, and he was wearing his classic smile. For a moment, it looked as if he was back to his normal old self. We had lunch together, and like he had promised, it was his treat. Oh. So... Wait, you definitely dabbed? What? Of course I did. You know I had to do it to him. Haha, that's so you. Ha, I know, right? Is he memeing? I thought about mentioning how happy I was that he was starting to feel alright, but I was worried that by bringing it up, he might get upset again, so I just kept the conversation going. There was no reason to bring it up anyways. So what do you consider a successful date? Oh yeah, totally. I mean, they looked real ready to kill me by the end of it, but in the fun way, you know? Yeah, I know the one. Kind of like how my mom looks at Dad whenever he makes a bad pun. Exactly. Aw, I'm so happy for you. Do you think you'll take them out again? Maybe. Wow. Going on a date sounds fun. Oh, don't worry, Mars? Don't worry, Mars. Somebody will take you out too one day. Yeah, we passed up a chance for a date to hang out with Croven. So anyways, do you like it here? The Planet Dollars, I mean? I always thought it was overhyped, but now that we have one, it actually ain't too shabby. Oh, actually, I've been here before. Oh, have you? You have? When? I was here just the other day because I wanted to check it out. Funnily enough, we sat at this table too. Oh, you did? Wait. Who's we? You suddenly make friends behind my back? Huh? Oh. Yeah, when I was here, the place was pretty packed, so the only empty seat was at this table. But some other girl was sitting here too, and I guess we're, like, kind of friends now? I mean, I just met her and we're keeping in contact, so... What? Her name is... Twyla? Twyla? Yeah? Is there a problem with that? Mary, listen to me. I'm saying this because I care about you. Stay away from Twyla. Huh? Why? You just can't talk to her, okay? I can't... Ugh. Of all the people you had to talk to, her? She's the kind of girl who'd stab the devil in the ass with his own pitchfork. Seriously, you shouldn't be talking to her. Do you know her? Did something happen between you two? You've never mentioned her before, and... Mary, please. I know I'm coming off really bad right now, and you're probably... and you probably think I'm being a giant dick, but just don't talk to her. You just can't. But I want to be her friend. I mean, we don't have a reason not to. She has pretty incredible eyebrows. I'll watch my back. I already promised I'd help her with some stuff, but I trust your reasons for disliking her, even if I don't know what they are. I think it's a little late to back out of the arrangements, but I'll definitely take what you said to heart. I'll be careful. Good. You should be. Come on. Let's go throw our trash out. Heh. Croven was still salty over Twyla, even after I had attempted to drop the conversation. He said he wouldn't talk about it anymore. But I better not even mention him to Twyla. Ever. We tried to spend the rest of the day together, but it was more than apparent he wasn't in a good mood anymore. At least, By the time we started heading home, he had calmed down to a much more normal state. After getting home, he said he was going to smoke outside for a little bit, so I let him, and he headed up to bed, and did what I do every night. Plan to take over the world! Hi. Hello. Can we talk about that thing you said the other night? I haven't been able to stop thinking about it ever since you said it. What's bothering you? You said that you're coming for me? That you just needed more time? Are you really going to steal me too? It'll be alright. I promise. It's for the best. You're gonna make me feel sick all over again. What do you want me to tell you? That I'll get to see my parents again? Who you really are. See your parents again? You will. At least, that's what's planned. You shouldn't worry yourself sick over something like that. I promise I'm taking extra good care of them. Somehow, that's still hard to believe. You'll see. I wouldn't do anything to disappoint you. When will you be over? Soon, hopefully. I just need more time. You'll hang on for me, won't you? Do I have a choice? Sweet dreams, Mary. Man, I didn't sleep well at all that night. I really didn't. There were a few times I shut my eyes and tried to, but nothing could calm me down anymore at this point. My anxiety was through the roof. I just wanted Mom and Dad back. I wanted to know for certain that they were okay. It should have been me that was taken. Maybe it was supposed to be. The next morning, when I got up, Croven was still home. He seemed to be acting pretty normal for once. At the very least, not agitated. But despite this, I didn't sit and have a breakfast with him. I wasn't in the mood really to talk to anyone, not right now. Not after last night. It was too much. I just wanted some private time to myself. I just wanted to cool down. As I was about to leave, Crow called out to me. Not eating breakfast, Mars? I responded. Not today, I'm not hungry. Meeting with a friend for breakfast. I'm just gonna pick something up while I'm out. He responded with a simple okay, and after that, I was out the door. I just wanted to go to that place and not be bothered. On the bus ride there, all three of them texted me again. Croven said that he noticed I left pretty quickly and hoped I wasn't upset with him for his behavior lately. Twyla talked about some of her progress on her research, and Reginald said he'd be at the cemetery again today. Although I appreciated their messages, I really just needed to be alone. I needed to go back there and just relax. No, that's not the right word. I wasn't going there to relax. I was going there to mourn. The Dying Red. It's where I grew up. I lived my whole life in this diner. Restaurant? Bistro? I never knew the right word for the places like this. We always had such silly names for it, since it was next to the cemetery. The Restaurant in Peace. Sometimes the Diner. Even just simply Dine Dead. I always wondered if others caught on. You probably wouldn't know just from looking at it, but there's 2 floors. The bottom floor is the diner itself. I've eaten there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes all the same day. The top floor is more like a house. Our house. There's bedrooms, a bathroom, even a small living space with a TV. It can be a little cramped sometimes, but it's cozy. No one would get up. No one would get up there but me and my parents, of course. The upstairs is locked. You'd need a key, which I have, of course. After Mom and Dad went missing, the authorities locked this place up, and it's been locked ever since. They don't want anyone going in there, not even me, because I don't know. It's kind of like a crime scene or something. But I still have the key for the front too. It's my house after all. I carefully scanned the area around me as I stood in the parking lot. There was a few cars that passed by, and maybe a person or two on the sidewalk, but no one really seemed to pay me any mind. It was still a bit early in the morning, so it wasn't surprising to see so few people out. I looked over my shoulders a few more times to make sure no one was watching me. And I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and took a step inside, closing the door carefully behind me. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all different kinds of emotions. I had been avoiding the diner for a long time because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad and feel sad. But now, stepping inside, it felt nice. At least a little bit. Being able to be in my own house after so long, it was bittersweet. On one hand, I felt so happy to just be home. Everything was just as I had left it. The light still entered through the windows the same way it always did. It still smelled faintly of the delicious food, even though the kitchen hasn't been used in a while. Even Mom's specials board was at the same spot, but it felt so empty, so desolate, so abandoned. There wasn't even any electricity here. The place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs and only see Mom or Dad. There was always people. Even if it was one person, even if just one person was here, the counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night, and in the mornings, I'd see families come for dinner, or people out on dates come here. I always loved being able to see that. There are so many good memories in this place, like 13th birthday, the married couple that came in, the time we had a Halloween party. Ew. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? 13th birthday or married couple or Halloween party? I'm thinking 13th birthday or married couple. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by toe. If he holler, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. 13th birthday. Fate has spoken. Not to say I didn't enjoy my following birthdays or previous birthdays, but my 13th birthday was especially enjoyable. That was the one my parents got me a tarantula. I'd been begging them for months, and they finally gave in and let me get one. I always loved tarantulas, especially despite. Wow, I always loved tarantulas, despite the way others often view them, or maybe it was in spite of how people viewed them. But I always knew they were gentle. Even if you were nice to them. The way you should be. I picked up the biggest and fuzziest one they'd allow me to get. I named her Shelly. And I'd collect seashells to put in her enclosure. I even put cute little bows on the outside of it. I always wanted to show Shelly to others, but of course, they didn't like her as much as I did. I really loved Shelly, but she ended up getting sick, really sick. None of the vets could even figure out what was wrong with her. Around sometime last year, she died. I was so miserable, I didn't even want to eat. But my mom knew my weakness. She began making all of my favorite foods for me. And it was hard being hungry and miserable at the same time. Even though it was just food, it helped me feel a lot better. Standing here, it's almost as if I could smell her still making it. And Dad would sit with me at the counter and make sure I got my fair share of dad puns for the day. I love being able to sit with them and eat and just joke around, but now it was all covered in dust and no one's here. Where should I go? Her room, parents' room. Ugh. I'm thinking her room. She's talking nostalgically about how nice it is to be home. Like, home versus longing, you know? Oh god, decisions. I decided to head up to my room. My real room. As I stepped inside, I felt strangely happy. I missed my old room and all my stuff. I felt so nice to be back, even if it wasn't staying. Just the sense of familiarity made me feel so calm. So very emo My Little Pony. That's her and her cousin, and I can't read the words. I love the art. Love the doll. Doll perfume. Love the reindeer and snow globe. The dancer. The wilted rose is nice and dramatic. What is that? Is that book next to the thing readable? Blackout Hospitals? Hospital? Yeah. Blackout Hospital? I don't know. But I like the really sad Twilight Sparkle and the this. Like a lot. Those are great touches. I wish I was able to take some of the stuff back home with me, but I didn't have anything to carry it in. When was the last time I was even in this room? I sat on my own bed. It was just as comfy as I remember it. The bed in the cabin was nice, but it just couldn't compare. I missed having company around me. I've always had this bed ever since I was a little girl. I remember Dad tucking me into this bed and reading me bedtime stories when I was too fussy to sleep right away. It didn't take long for me to start crying. I missed my bed. I missed my house. I missed my parents. I remember my mom wishing me a good night one day and then disappearing the very next. I hadn't heard from them since. They could be dead right now, and I wouldn't even know. I didn't want to think about that. But could I really ignore the possibility if it meant... I just hated the situation I was in. Every little thing about it. I wanted to scream, but what good would that do? I felt helpless. All I could do was cry and wait for it to be over. I ended up falling asleep in my old bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help in that respect. Oh my gosh. When I woke up, I was unaware how much time had passed, but I felt groggy and didn't think I should stay any longer. It'd probably just make me feel worse. I got up from bed and began to head back downstairs. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs that I noticed. Someone was here. Some stranger kneeling over in front of the doorway for whatever reason. It was almost frozen in my spot. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they here? No one should have been able to get in. This place was locked up. I didn't hit the button. That's right. I unlocked it. Crap. I stood there hoping they wouldn't see me. The way they were dressed, with baggy dark clothes and their hood up, told me they were most likely bad news. Did they follow me here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way or sneakily heading back upstairs if need be, but as soon as I took a step back, I tripped slightly and let out a small yelp as I caught myself on one of the bar stools. The stranger immediately bolted outside. Wait! I wasn't even able to get a good look at them. For a split second I considered trying to chase after them, and even if that wasn't a stupid idea, they ran much faster than I could keep up with anyways. Panicked and slightly shaking, I took out my phone. I was so nervous I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed anyone yet. But who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that. I was already in here when I wasn't supposed to be, and I don't want to put any kind of attention on myself. But I can't just call nobody. I have to tell someone about this. Who? Who do I go to? Reginald, he's close by. Twyla could have been the killer. Croven, he's family who knows what to do. Mystery number, was that you? Ooh. Let's call Twyla. Hurriedly call Twyla. Could have been, it could have been the Blackwood Butcher that was in here. And if I don't want to go to the cops, she's the next best thing, right? I mean, if anyone could tell it was the butcher, she'd probably be able to. I hope. Come on, Twyla, pick up already. Twyla speaking. Twyla, I need you to get over here quick. What? Why? Where even are you? The diner by the cemetery. You have to come quick. I think the butcher was here. What? Are you serious? Don't move and don't touch anything. I'm coming right now. We probably should have called Reginald since he was across the street at the cemetery. In full honest. That feels like a smarter move, you know? It felt like I waited forever for Twyla to arrive. I stood in the diner alone, just standing there, waiting, possibly shaking. I don't remember it that well, but I didn't move from the spot I stood in. She did tell me not to touch anything after all. When she arrived, she didn't even give me a chance to say hi. She immediately started talking and came in holding some weird box. I told her that whoever it was probably long gone by now, but she said we were still going to look for clues. I complied, doing whatever she asked of me. We searched the building together, and I made sure I was always in the same room as Twyla, just in case. Unfortunately, we couldn't find anything that would point us to who it might have been. There were no stray hairs or torn fabrics. Twyla even dusted her fingerprints, but we could only find hers and my own. It was almost as if no one was here at all, but when we checked out my parents' room, I noticed that my mother's necklace was missing from her drawer. It was a necklace that my father had given her for their anniversary a few years back, but she couldn't have taken it with her. And we're seeing it here, checking the diner after my parents first disappeared. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots, to think they must have been in here while I was dozing off in another room. Oh God. After searching for what felt like an eternity, we just gave up. So if we went to the parents' room, would we have been up shit creek? Because they would have snuck in on us? Sleeping in the parents' bed, presumably, for similar, cried self-do sleep. I think we made the right call. There was nothing more we could do here. I felt bad calling for Twyla's help just to wind up with nothing. I don't think there's anywhere else we can look. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I dragged you all the way here. I thought at the very least this could help in your investigation, but there's nothing really here. It's fine. It's not a total loss. Can you at least remember anything about the suspect? No. I didn't really get a good look at them. It could have been anyone. Well, whatever. Whether the butcher or not, someone has a special interest in this place, and it's definitely worth looking into. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on this place. Maybe we can catch them next time they come back. How do you plan to do that? Don't worry about it. I have my ways. But you probably shouldn't come back. It might mess up the investigation. Oh, alright. That's probably smart anyways. Thanks for helping me, Twyla. Yeah, whatever. Just don't come back here and mess anything up, okay? After a little while longer, Twyla left, leaving me standing alone there once again. I stepped outside and as she drove off and locked the front doors behind me, wondering if that would be enough to stop whoever broke in from doing it again. I stayed in crowded areas the rest of the day, hoping that being around so many people would provide some sense of safety. The only time I was alone again that day was while I went back... The only time I was alone again that day was when I went back home that night. But I'm never truly alone then either, am I? Hello again. Good evening. Was that you in my diner today? What do you mean? Earlier today, I was in my diner. Why are you telling him that? Why are you telling him that? Why are you telling him that? Earlier today, I was in my diner, or house, I guess. There was a stranger. I couldn't see their face, and they ran as soon as they realized I was behind them. Was it you? No. I don't know why I bothered asking. I doubt you'd give me the truth either way. Sometimes lying will be necessary, but I'm telling you the truth now. If you say so. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions. Why is that? You know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat. Good night, Mary. Ugh. Curiosity kills the cat. That sounds like a threat. That sounds like a threat. So much for getting a good night's sleep. Mary, are you still sleeping? Mary. No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I had a long night last night. A long night? I went to bed at 8:30. I didn't sleep well. Well, Mother's making pancakes. Your mother's making pancakes, if you want any. They have chocolate chips? Of course, it's Sunday. Okay, I'll be down soon. That's so cute. I quickly got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. Even from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate. If you don't hurry, I'm going to eat all of them. Dad! Oh, you know I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. He looks a lot like the guy that was in the painting Faded. I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad. There was a plate waiting for me, and my mother was behind the counter drinking her morning coffee like usual. Thank you for breakfast, Mom. Of course, dear. So, do you have any plans today? No, not really. Aw, is Croven busy today? I don't know, probably. Well, we can always do something if you want. We can? Of course we can. Didn't you want to see that new movie? The horror one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight? Are you sure? Aren't you busy? Ah, you know I'm never too busy for my little girl. That sounds really fun, but what about Mom? Are you really worrying about me? I'll be fine, sweetheart. Go out with your father. You can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too. I've been really looking forward to this movie. I'm so excited now. This morning's been quite pleasant, quite the pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something. No, something is weird here. But what? Way too empty. Coffee, Dad, Mom, pancakes, and utensils. Oh, God. Oh, God, decisions. What here isn't right? So there's definitely no utensils, which is a problem. The pancakes are probably fine. The pancakes don't seem weird. Mom doesn't seem necessarily weird. Dad does a little bit. I don't know about the coffee. Empty in here. It's either empty in here or you go empty in here. No, that's not it. It's Sunday. We don't open until past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so... Okay, I got more options. I mean, yeah, I don't have a fork right now, but there's definitely something else wrong here. What's wrong? Okay, I like that it gives us multiple options. Dad don't seem right. Dad's fine. As chipper as ever. He brushed his hair this morning, too. Good old Dad. Is that Mom? Mom's fine. Wait. Mom can't talk. Mom is mute. Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. That's a weird one. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. She's never... Whose voice even was that? That was talking to me. My mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on? Mary, are you okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm fine. Are you sure, dear? I can make you some tea to help you calm down if you're feeling anxious. No, I'm okay. I think I'm just gonna, go to the bathroom. I hopped out of my seat and rushed my way over to the ground floor bathroom. That wasn't my mom. Was that even my dad? I was hoping that once in the bathroom I could rinse my face off and make sense of things, but... Mom? Mom, what are you doing in here? Weren't you just outside? Mom? Oh! Oh! Ha ha ha! Oh ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! I wasn't ready for that either. I immediately got chills. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. There's a possibility of a thing that could happen. What's the matter, Mary? I thought you liked ghosts. There's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I've been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. I always have. Even when... I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved one. They're all so sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. That's so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they'd say... I bet they'd say they appreciate it. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case, I'm excited for the one today, and I'm excited to see what they're like. Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. It's a good thing I always wear black. No one even seemed to turn their head to me as I came near. It started to rain. They never said anything about rain today, but I thought it might. When I saw all the clouds out this morning, so I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella, and no one was even bothering to help keep her dry. So I covered her with my umbrella. Oh, it's an umbrella. You scared me for a second. Thank you, my dear. Of course. Pardon me if this sounds rude, but were you one of her friends? No, at least I don't think so. Who died? Yes, I apologize for being late. Oh, no, don't apologize. She's never the kind who would get upset over silly things like that. I'm sure she understands your reasons for being late. I still feel bad about it, though. Truthfully, she was only an acquaintance of mine, and I didn't know her all that well, but still, I'd like to pay my respects. So, I'm sorry I'm late. It's alright. She wouldn't want you to feel bad. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but what is your relationship to her? Me? Yes, I'm Spella's mom. I never met you before, have I? That's okay, lots of people haven't. I'm very sorry for your loss. How are you feeling? Feeling? It's impossible for me to feel anything but heartbroken. I truly don't believe I'll ever recover from this. Yeah, she's the mother, right? Can't imagine. Now, don't say that. She wouldn't want you to think like that, right? Yeah, yes, I suppose you're right. If I may, how did she die? She was young, wasn't she? Both are terrible, but they both might get similar response. Oh yes, much too young for this. Right as things were going her way, she's going to get married in a few months. None of us thought her condition was this bad. It's been cancelled, of course, but at least she's wearing the dress now. I'm sure she looks beautiful. Oh, she was always beautiful. My darling angel was always too beautiful. She never even got to... Oh, look at me. I'm gonna start crying all over again. I promised her I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Do you think she's scared? She's all alone now. Where's she gonna go? And who will tell her how to get there? The way she is right now, is she happy? Even if she's not alone. I'm sure she's happy. She's not alone. How can you say she's alone when everyone is here beside her? I know she can't really say much about it, but I'm sure she's happy to have all her friends and family by her side. All these people here, she meant a lot to them, didn't she? That's why they're all here to keep her company. I know lots of people like to think you're alone when you die, but I think it's hard to consider all this being alone, you know? She's not alone. We're all here. Yes, I suppose that's true. We're all together here, aren't we? Then, I suppose I'm glad she isn't alone. Yeah, me too. I'm sorry if I've upset you by talking about her so much, miss. It's a funeral after all. I should behave more respectfully. No, it's quite alright. Talking about it has actually helped a little bit. I feel a bit better hearing your thoughts. Is that so? I'm glad then. Yes. Thank you. Why, I'm so sorry. I didn't even catch your name. It's alright. My name's Mary. Mary? Mary. Hold on a moment. Do you mean to say you're Cemetery Mary? I see my reputation precedes me. Yes, that's me. I see. Thank you, Mary. If Spella was here, I'm sure she'd want to thank you too. She is here, but hearing it from you means enough already. Thank you as well. That was sweet. It was a lovely funeral. The coffin was lowered, and soon enough the rain stopped. I watched everyone say their goodbyes to her and each other, and then steadily they left. Soon it was just me and the lady. I'd have felt bad if I overstayed my welcome. I didn't want to outlast her at her own daughter's funeral, so I quietly said my goodbyes and left. But to my surprise, someone was there waiting for me on the sidewalk. Twyla, what are you doing here? I saw you from behind the fence. You were at a funeral. Did another person die already? No, well, yes, but not someone I know. Okay then. Anyway. I'm glad I ran into you here. I was actually thinking of calling you, but you're already here, so... Oh, why? Do you need something? Yeah, there was something I wanted to check out, but you might be able to help me with it. Oh, sure, I'll help. Is this still about the, you know, the butcher and stuff? Of course it is. What else would it be about? Ah, alright. Sorry, that was a silly... Sorry, that was silly of me to ask. I'm not sure how much help I can be, but I'll try. It's fine. You don't need to do much. You just need to stand there and ask for something. That won't be a problem for you, will it? I don't see how it would be. It seems easy enough to me. So, where are we going? Follow me. It's only a few blocks down from here. Concerning... I followed Twyla down the sidewalk. We didn't really talk as we walked, but I enjoyed her company nonetheless. The sky remained cloudy, and the sidewalk was full of puddles we tried to avoid, until eventually we ended up where Twyla planned to be today. It was a bookstore. Fun combination of a missing person and a bee saved. One I sometimes passed by, but never really bothered to look inside. And it didn't seem as cozy or as comforting as the library. The library? A bookstore? Twyla, if you needed books, why didn't we just go to the library? Hey, can you, like, shut up? Huh? What did I tell you earlier? Oh, right. You just need me to stand here and ask for something, right? That's it. Besides, we're not here for books. We're not? No. But you don't need to worry about why we're here. I just need you to do this for me. What are we doing again? Let's just say I'm not allowed in this bookstore anymore. I mean, I'm planning on fixing that problem eventually, but I need to do this now. That's where you come in. You're going to go in there and talk to the man at the desk. I need you to get him to look in the back somehow. Then once he does, signal back to me out here. I'll get what I need and then get out. Got it? You're going to steal from them? Twyla, I don't know. I don't feel right about this. Man, it's for your Mary, it's for your investigation. Do you think I'd steal just for the fun of it? Or do you just want people to keep dying left and right? I mean, no, of course not. But, well, sometimes you'll have to do bad things to be the good guy. But we're talking about people's lives here. Do you really want to risk someone's life because you didn't want to lie for a few minutes? This is an uncomfy position to be in. It's a bit extreme, isn't it? Would it really have that much of an impact? I guess you have a point. Would it really have that much of an impact? That seems a bit extreme, isn't it? Does it really have that much of an impact? I mean, can I at least know what you're taking? Don't just stare at me. Okay, fine. I'll do it. There you go. Now get in there and distract him. Alright. Yeah, this is bad vibes. This has bad vibes. I stepped into the store at Twyla's command. I already felt guilty before it even happened, but if this was somehow helping someone, then it was worth doing, right? As I entered, I noticed the man behind the desk. Book 'em. I love the little taped up sign for quote-unquote the back. I love that it's called Book 'em. That's a great bit. Mr. Man's got a hook hand. Great bit. Just a whole lot of vibes right here. He was old and pretty scruffy. I was surprised he was even able to see out of the hair that covered his eyes. He seemed pretty big. On top of it all, he had a hook for a hand. He certainly gave quite the first impression without even having said anything. He didn't turn to me when I entered. Could he even see me, actually? Is this who Twyla was worried about getting past? I stepped up to the counter. Sir? What do you want? Oh, I noticed you didn't have a name tag. What kind of books are there? How are you today, sir? Pardon me? How are you today? I'm fine. Is that all you came here to ask? I mean, no, but actually kinda, I don't know. Are you having a good day today? I suppose. That's good then. Is there something I can help you with, ma'am? Oh, right. Looking for a book. Do you sell anything other than books? I just want to say hi. Looking for a book. You sell anything other than books here? How do you mean? Well, like, I don't know, sometimes bookstores sell other things too. Like DVDs, or board games, or art kits, or stuff. You want one of those things? I mean, I don't know. Do you have them? I can check in the back for you if you'd like. Yep, yes, please. Please do. Oh, that'd be so kind. Thank you. No problemo. After he left into the back room, I signaled to Twyla that she could sneak in. Except Twyla didn't tell me what to signal with, so I kind of just flailed my arms and hands a bit until she noticed me. I felt really bad about it, going behind the man's back like that, but if doing this meant catching someone dangerous, then... Twyla was in and out quicker than I expected, as if she knew exactly where she was looking. I would have followed her, but I was waiting for the man to come back. I wondered if she still needed me, or if she went on her way after leaving. But before I could think about it too much, he came back. He said he didn't have anything like what I was looking for, but he did give me something. How to talk to ghosts. He said it looked like something I'd like. He even gave it to me free of charge. It was just taking up space, he said. Probably costs less than 30 cents to make, he said. I wished him a good day and then I was on my way. Interesting, how to talk to ghosts. To my surprise, Twyla was still waiting for me once I got out of the bookstore. Oh, Twyla, you're still here? Yeah, I'm still here. What fucking took you so long? Oh, well, he gave me a book and I... Hey, wait. Can I ask what you took from him now? Doesn't matter. I mean, well, kinda. He was really nice to me. And it's not as if you told me much about why we did it. Humph. Fair enough. Fine, I'll show you. But only if you get into my car with me. Well, since you're supposed to be helping me and all, I wanted to bring you to my house for an interrogation, if you will. Interrogation? I mean, the main reason I asked you to help is because your family members were involved in a mysterious death. So I wanted to ask you some questions about them and take down some notes. But not here. I don't even like talking about this out loud. So I'll call up a car to come pick us up. You're fine, come with me, right? Oh, I mean, sure? I really don't have any other plans. Yeah, I figured. I don't trust Twyla, even remotely. Twyla called up a car to come pick us up. Is this one of those taxi service things? No. I'm just really rich. Oh. Alright. What? Shortly enough, a car rolled by to come pick us up. The driver came out and held open the door for Twyla and I. She crawled into the back seat and I followed suit. Buckling into the car seat, it felt incredibly strange. Croven's family always had a bit of money themselves, but never like this. Anyways. So, the text always says anyways, which is a weird word for my brain. It's always anyway. Anyways is weird. I don't know why it's weird. Anyways, you want to see what I took, right? Yes, please. Twyla reached around and presented me with a wooden box. It wasn't until she opened it that I felt alarmed. A knife? You stole a knife from him? How do you even know he had this? It's not important. She said closing the box and putting it back down. That sounds important. That sounds terribly important to know. Is this connected to why he doesn't let you in the store anymore? No, but again, that's not important. Do you think he was using that to, you know... Well, I can't say for sure, but it's anyone's guess. Don't you feel safer that he doesn't have it on him? I don't know. I still don't like that we stole from him. And that this person that refuses to give us straight answers that we're in the car of and going to the house of just showed they have like some kind of ritualistic ass knife. Listen, we did the right thing. Trust me. Ugh. I'll give it back to him after all this, though, and he's proven innocent, okay? What if he notices it's gone and thinks I took it? Well, then probably a good idea you don't go back there. I don't like Twyla. I don't like Twyla. I thought I did. I don't like Twyla. We sat in silence the rest of the car ride. When I looked at Twyla, it was like she was staring off very intently at nothing at all. She looked like going over different ideas in her head, deep in thought. I didn't want to disrupt the process or anything. Twyla had just told me she was rich, so rich that she had a chauffeur to drive her wherever she needed to be. But despite that... Oh. She's like rich. I didn't expect her to be this rich. We had to pass through a gate to even get in. She even had a fountain at the front. Oh my goodness, Twyla. You really live like this? Yeah. I told you I was rich, didn't I? We got out of the car together, and the chauffeur drove off slowly. As soon as I exited, my nose was bombarded with the smell of freshly cut grass and fragrant flowers that adorned the front of the house. Even though it had been raining today, nothing smelled like dampness of the rain, or even seemed overly affected by it. It felt like I had just stepped onto an entirely new planet. By the way, I live with my uncle. I'm pretty sure he's home right now. You might have to say hi to him. Oh, that's fine. I'm just warning you because he can be kinda sleazy. Oh. Hardly has a good attitude and often flirts with girls he doesn't know. I see. Yeah, but like, now that I think about it, it's usually only for pretty girls. He should be fine. Fucking brutal. I see. Fucking brutal. Twyla out here roasting us. Roasting us like chestnuts over an open fire. Like, what the... I don't know. I don't know, man. Wrong season. It's spooky season. Shouldn't be doing Christmas. But I don't know that they roast anything for Halloween. We walked up the tall staircase in front, and Twyla unlocked the double doors. Huh. Is everyone uncle? Just got like the bird swoops? As soon as we got inside, it appeared as if her uncle was leaving. Ah, Twyla, home already? Yeah, I need to bring someone over for some business. Ah, I see. Well, I was just about to head out myself, but it'd be rude to not introduce myself, of course. I'm Denzin. And what would your name be, little lady? Stay silent. No, I'm Mary. Oh, my name is Mary. It's nice to meet you, sir. A pleasure to meet you as well. Anyways, I ought to take my leave now. I'll be running late if I stay any longer. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'll leave you little ladies to your business. And perhaps I'll see you again soon. Don't know that. He's icky, smidge icky. And after that, he was gone. Your uncle? Looks like a cartoon supervillain. Yeah, I know. He looks idiotic. It's embarrassing being related to him. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. Come on, I didn't bring you to talk about my uncle. Let's go. Twyla led me through her house. It was pretty big on the inside and very nicely decorated. To think that she just lived here felt weird. Wild. Wild was the word it said. I didn't get to have too good of a look at her home, though. Twyla led me into a room that looked like a den, almost. Or maybe some kind of storage room? Compared to the rest of the house, it seemed a bit messy. As if the room itself belonged to a completely different house. There were instruments near the walls and small tables with playing cards sprawled across them. There were lots of cabinets and drawers, but I had no idea what they might be holding. It was strange, but somehow cozy as well. I like some sort of tucked away activity room. Twyla led me to one of the tables and told me to take a seat while she readied herself. Oof. I sat and waited for her to be ready as she pulled out a laptop, as well as a notepad and some other things. She sat across from me and opened her laptop, but once she had everything prepared, the entire aura of the room felt different. It felt compressed, full of pressure. Like this really was some sort of interrogation. Like I was somehow in trouble. I'm going to ask you a few questions, Mary. Oh no, I don't trust her. I don't trust her one bit. I want to know about your aunt and uncle that died. Be honest and tell me the details, okay? What should I do? I said I wanted to help Twyla, but do I really want to tell her the truth about everything that's happened? I know she's doing it for a good cause, but she's still a stranger to me. I hardly know anything about her, but if I lie, will she be able to tell? Would it ruin the investigation? If I lie about what really happened, am I offering the butcher another chance to get away? Would I share blame if someone dies because I didn't tell the truth? But I also remembered that Croven told me about Twyla. He told me to stay away from her, and that I shouldn't be talking to her. Ask away, whenever you're ready. Alright then. To start, how old were your aunt and uncle? Be honest. Mouse. Yeah. Well, I don't always remember their exact ages, though I don't think they were the same age. And it was kind of obvious too. My uncle was kind of old, and it was beginning to show on his face. My aunt still looked pretty good for her age. Sometimes she even looked younger than my mom, if I'm honest. But don't tell my mom I said that. Right, next question, I guess? Right, so were you ever given reason to suspect they may be... Wait. Were you ever given reason to suspect that they they may be dying soon? Huh? How do you mean? Well, before they died, were you ever worried they would die soon? Honest? No, I never would have thought that. They're both healthy and full of life. They just, I don't know, felt like the kind of people I would know forever. I see. Of course, that brings me to ask, how did they die? Honesty, best policy. They went out together one night. I don't know exactly where or why, but I just thought it was some sort of date night. They're supposed to meet up with a friend or two, but we got a call, and they were just gone. Gone. Well, like, dead, you know? But how did they die? I don't know. I wasn't allowed to see them, and no one spoke much about it in front of me, so I don't know much of the details either. It wasn't in the news or anything big. I didn't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. All I know was that my uncle had blood on his clothes, maybe some rips and tears, And no one is really sure how my aunt died, I don't think. I see. Well, I think that's all I need. Twyla typed up some final words before closing her laptop and getting up from her chair. That's it? We're done? Yes, that's all I need right now. Thank you for agreeing to come talk with me. I was a bit taken aback by how short it took. We traveled all the way to Twyla's house just to talk for a short while? She didn't even ask me for their names or anything. She didn't even know what sort of information she really got out. I don't even know what sort of information she really got out of it. I doubted it was anything overly helpful, so what do we do now? So what do we do now? Well, I'll be continuing my own research, but you can go home for now. Really? That's all you need from me? Mm-hmm. It's not quite what I was expecting to hear, but it certainly helps me a lot. Really? Yes, it helps give me some more insight in some things that have been happening lately. But that's all I need from you. Right now, at least. As I said, you can go home now. You're sure? I mean, we came all this way, and I feel like I hardly did anything. You did more than enough, Mary. Please leave. I need to focus on the research I've been collecting, and the last thing I need is a headache. I understand. I'll text my driver to pick you up out front. Give me your address so I can send it to him too? Oh, that won't be necessary. You can just drop me off by the cemetery. Why? Just 'cause. I just, don't feel like going home right now. Alright then. After saying goodbye, I went out front to the car that would drive me back to the cemetery. It was a bit of a quiet and awkward ride, but I arrived here safely, so I can't complain. It had gotten later than I thought, however. I didn't realize how fast the time flew by. There wasn't much else for me to do with my day at this point. It wasn't long before I decided just to take the bus and go home again. And nothing of note really happened after that, except, well, you know. You're here? Hello? Yes, I'm here. Is there a problem? You mean, other than the ones you've caused me? I apologize. You say that, but nothing's changed. I'm doing all I can to keep you happy. You already know what would make me happy, though. And that is? Tell me about my parents, tell me who you are. Parents, probably. We've gone over this, haven't we? I'm sorry, Mary, but you already know how I feel and what I'll share with you. I'm keeping up communication with you because it's what you wish. But I won't divulge any information about your parents or who I am. So please, if you must ask questions, no, I won't answer anything like this for you. You'll find out in time, so please be patient with me. Do you understand? I understand. Alright then. Things were quiet for a bit after that. I wondered if they were done texting me, but to my surprise, I got a text a few moments later. I expected it to be them, but instead it was... Hi, it's Twyla. Hi, are you awake right now? Twyla? What could she want so late? Yes, I'm awake. Why do you ask? You don't have any plans tomorrow, do you? Other than standing around the cemetery all day. Well, when you put it like that... No, I'm not busy. Oh, good. Then we can do this sooner rather than later. I want you to head somewhere with me tomorrow. Where? You'll find out when we get there. Can't I now? No. Why not? Because I don't want you refusing to come with. You think I'd refuse to help? I don't know. You seem kind of sensitive, that's all. Trust me, it's not that bad. You don't even have to do a lot. Remember when you were a distraction for me earlier today? Yeah? Well, you're just going to be doing that again, but someplace different. Oh. See? See what? You're already chickening out. I am not. So you'll help me then? In case you forgot, this is for the sake of capturing a murderer, you know? I didn't forget. I'll come with you just as long as you don't steal anything this time. I shouldn't need to. At least, not anything important. I'll see you tomorrow then. What's your address? I'll come pick you up. Oh, well... I'll be at the cemetery by then. Really? I'm planning to go pretty early. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm not really home that often, so... Besides, it'll be easier for you to drive to... I'm sure. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Can you meet me by the cemetery at 7:30? Oh, that early. The early bird gets the worm, after all. That's not a problem for you, is it? Oh, no, it's fine. I'll be there. Alright, good. I guess I better go to bed then. Twyla didn't respond after that message. Seeing how early I would have to get up the next day, I tucked myself into the covers and tried to rush myself to sleep. It wasn't easy, especially when I didn't know where Twyla would be taking me. But eventually, I was able to fall asleep. It was still somewhat dark out when I woke up the next morning. I could hear Croven snoring in his bed as I brushed my hair and got dressed for the day. Honestly, I wasn't even sure when the bus would be coming, as I never really took the bus that early before. But I caught one, and was just waiting by the cemetery gates when Twyla's car pulled up. This feels like a good stopping point. I'm actually going to end this one here. I absolutely will continue this game, because I'm actually incredibly invested. As if this longer episode didn't give that away. I do hope to see you guys in the next one. I apologize for my illiteracy. I can't guarantee it will improve, but I am going to take a little break between episodes. But yeah, thank you for hanging out, my friends. I do hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.